Twisted Metal is officially back. For those of you who have been around this world since 1995, no, probably a little longer, because you needed to work a controller to play the original Twisted Metal, unless you started playing it later on in your life. This was an older game on the PlayStation 1. And the series continued to kind of go till it kind of died out because the developers kind of dumbed down the series. So, this game is back on the PS3, and let me tell you, after playing through the single player, it's really great. It brought back the love I had for the series, the original love I had as a child for this series. And it doesn't disappoint. It's still morbid, it's still fun, it's still easy enough to control, easy enough to play, and it's great. So, to those of you who are new to the series, let me kind of give you a summary about what the game is about. Like, why are these people driving around in these cars shooting at each other? I don't get it. Is this just a typical demolition derby? No, it's not. So, there's this guy named Calypso, and he starts a competition. Now, this competition is for people who want something. They want Calypso, who's this rich, super rich guy. They want him to help them out. So, say, for instance, my family got kidnapped to, I don't know, a forest by a bunch of cannibals, and the cannibals were going to eat my family. I could run in this contest, and Calypso would provide me with the support to get my wish of getting my family back. So that's what's going on. All these people in these cars in the game, you see, have a wish, and they want to get it. So they all have their own storylines. Now, this game focuses on 3 of those characters, and I will show you one of their storylines. Now, it's not a spoiler, so don't worry. It's just this character's story.
My name is Krista Sparks. Maybe you've heard of me. I'm going to be the world's most famous supermodel. Oh, no. That's not me. That's me. And nothing will stand in my way. I'm the prettiest one. They all know that. But the competition, they never let up.
Good, Maya. Great. Client's gonna love this.
They all try to stop me. They all want to be me. Excuse me, Maya? But that's okay. It just makes me want to work harder.
Good, Krista. Great. Client's gonna love this.
Hard work and talent. That's why I'm going to make it all the way to the top. Six months, 11 operations. But something was wrong. Those other models, they'd gotten to him. They had the doctor do something to my face.
Miss Sparks, it's a tiny scar.
No, he was working with them.
Perhaps you need a different sort of doctor. A therapist, perhaps. I'm afraid there's nothing more I can do for you.
He wanted to keep me from my dream. After that, he wouldn't work on me anymore. But that's okay. I found a different way. But now the mask, it won't come off. But when I win this contest, Calypso will help me. Calypso will set me free. And then I'll work twice as hard. Then I'll show them all. Because when you believe in your dream, there's always a way to the top.
Now that is Dollface's storyline, and so she's one of the 3 main characters that the game goes into, and you know, her storyline's interesting in and of itself, but so are the other ones, and they're all pretty morbid and gruesome, and they all have really good endings to me. I liked them. I was shocked, grossed out, appalled. There were so many different feelings going into it, and the first storyline, which is of Sweet Tooth, is pretty good too, and I think you guys will really enjoy this game in terms of the storyline, but as well as the gameplay, because it keeps it true to how Twisted Metal was originally, and it adds some stuff. So it's not just, you know, rehashing the series into an HD look. No, and it does look good, don't get me wrong. The levels are great, they're nice, wide open, huge, but in terms of the gameplay, it remains the same, simple to control the vehicles, but it also adds different game types. Like there's things where you have to stay in a certain parameter, you have to kill huge trucks called juggernauts, which are constantly releasing other enemies, other cars, so you're just going to keep building up cars and cars and cars until it gets harder for you to survive. So you have to kill those juggernauts so that they stop, and then usually you have to kill a certain amount of cars in that level. So there's a bunch of different factors, and they added racing, which I'm not a huge fan of racing, and I found the racing levels to... The last racing level for me was really annoying. I got through the races, but some of the boss battles could be hard. I know that I had some problems with the second boss battle, and I just wanted to rip my hair out. It took me about 1.5 hours to finish it off, but it kept me interested. See, some games now, we rage quit them when we get very frustrated. This game kept me going. It just makes you want to win it. And I think that's a really good quality of this game. It's not going to take you long to beat the whole single player. It won't take long at all. Maybe 8 hours, maybe less. Depending how good you are at the game, how used you are to the game. I've always been a fan of the series, so I know what to do. I know what's up. And so it wasn't too hard for me, and except that one boss battle in one of the races was driving me nuts. But this game is a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it. If you're new to the series, this is a fun game. There's also a multiplayer, which I will do a review on once I start playing it, once I get used to it. And that can add a lot of play to this game. And there's just many cars to choose from when you're playing even the single player. I mean, I'm assuming they're in the multiplayer as well, but there's a lot to choose from, different ways to play. They have different special attacks. Each car has a different special attack. So, you know, say if you're doing a racing game, you're going to want to choose a car that's fast, or you're going to want to choose a more sturdy car in, you know, a race, not a race, excuse me, in a battle with a lot of people. And a thing they added that I really liked was garages. So you get to choose 3 cars in most of the levels, most of the battles. And I call them battles because that's really what they are. So you get to choose 3 cars, and you can interchange them at the garage. So that's another useful feature that I like that they added to this game. Instead of you just always dying, you can go switch out your car, have full health, and then of course they do have health that you can find throughout the levels. They did a really good job with this game, and if you're a PS3 player, definitely pick this one up, or at least rent it. It was definitely worth it to me. I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed watching the storylines. And that's all I have to say about this game. Go get it, guys. It's really, really fun. It might not be the most fun to watch on YouTube, but trust me, it'll be fun to play. Have a great day, guys.